cultural centers of the world, and it just felt like the right move to make, and looks like we made the right decision because we're just a couple of hundred tickets short of selling out. It's really going to be an electric event.
When she said that she wanted to drop back to 160 to fight Kaye Scott for the middleweight titles, what was your reaction?
I was worried, to be honest with you, because I used to fight myself, and I know that coming down in weight is very difficult. And if you could see, as you see the fighters do, they usually go up in weight to fight bigger guys. It's very rare that a fighter comes back down in weight to be a champion. And it's actually only been done one time by Roy Jones Jr. in a 120-year history of modern boxing. So it's really challenging. And if you look at Claressa's career, her first world title was at super middleweight. Then she came down to middleweight. Then she came down to junior middleweight. Then she went back up to middleweight, became undisputed, went back down to junior middleweight. Claressa has always chased greatness, and she's always done what has to be done to make the biggest and the best fights. And this is one of those examples. I went to visit Claressa in training camp last week. She looks trim, slim, mean, sharp, and ready. And one of the things that I want to say that's taken for granted, you know, Claressa has been the first woman ever in the history of American television to be the main event on television. She opened up the door for women's boxing. The reason why we see women's boxing on television, pretty much every show, that it's a requirement, is because Claressa Shields broke that door and she made it happen. And she's unapologetic, she is straightforward, she's very confident about what equality means, what it means for a fighter like herself, who's a two-time Olympic gold medalist, who's done things inside the ring that no one has ever done. And the opponents have been the best of the best, truly the best of the best. She traveled the world in the peak of her career to England to beat Savannah Marshall, who's the only person that has a questionable win over her in the amateurs. But to do what she's done is really incredible and historic. And it takes a leader like that to drive things forward. And you know, earlier today we had that red carpet, which is like you've never seen it in boxing, filled with media, photographers, felt like a movie premiere. And someone asked her, Claressa, what if we take the W away and just call you the GOAT? And if you look at her resume, you can say that she's one of the greatest of all time, for sure. And if there's one person, one fighter that I can compare her to who combined excellence in the ring and excellence for being a leader for social equality, it obviously would be Muhammad Ali. So she is the GWOAT, and she is in line with the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
All right, so you were a fighter, Salita. You mentioned that. She's fought the best of the best, got another good opponent in front of her. What kind of test is she going to face in Kaye Scott?
Very tough test. Kaye Scott has an incredible amateur career. She's had a great professional career. She was WBC Fight of the Year, is the unified champion, WBA and WBC. Look at her. If you have any questions, look at Kaye Scott to see what kind of world-class athlete she is. And I know we've been talking a lot about Claressa, and obviously we know, but we got to give respect to Kaye Scott, who came here literally from the other side of the world to fight the baddest woman in the world. You got to respect her skill, you got to respect her determination, you got to respect her willingness to be great. And Kaye Scott is an excellent fighter, she's an excellent champion, she's proven it in the ring, and coming down in weight, you know, it's easy for us to talk about it, but we really don't understand what it means to go to sleep hungry, thirsty, tired, over and over and over again. And I really was concerned, but Claressa has put my concerns to rest, but it's very difficult to make the weight. And obviously the big test is when Claressa steps on that scale and how she feels fight night. So I really believe that's a big challenge against a very strong, very fit, very conditioned Kaye Scott.
All right. Appreciate it, Dimitri. I want to turn to my right, Ruben Branson, CEO and owner of Win Records. This partnership with Claressa has been very successful for you so far. How have you felt the experience has gone, and what do you make of this fight for Claressa?
Before I answer the question, I just want to give a shout out to Atlanta. You guys are beautiful. You guys have embraced Claressa and her entire team, and we definitely thank you guys for the warm welcome. To answer the question, working with Claressa has been an honor. Just working every day, watching her. She works hard, she trains hard. She's definitely a role model for our entire Win Records and Salita's promotion family, and it's I can't explain it. It's incredible.
We've seen Claressa do exceptionally well in venues in Michigan, now expecting a full house on Saturday here in Atlanta. What do you make of her drawing power at all these different venues?
Well, obviously, as a promoter, I was concerned moving from Detroit to Atlanta, but Claressa said she can do it, and as we all know, she's the boss. So we follow. But since this was announced, Atlanta has embraced Claressa. Ticket sales are doing well, and I think it was a great move. They said Win had the executive decision, but really, Claressa did.
All right. I appreciate it, Ruben. Let's turn now to the fighters here on the stage, and I want to start to my left with the champion, Kaye Scott. Kaye, 17 have tried, 17 have failed, one tried twice, couldn't beat Claressa Shields. Why do you believe that you can be the one to do it?
18.
17 tried. One tried twice, I said.
Oh, I'm about to say what?
I know you're always going to correct me.
I'm counting numbers. Like what? Go ahead.
Carry on. Why do you believe that you can be the one to do it?
I've had a fantastic training camp, and all I can do is control the controllables. My sparring's been on point, my conditioning's been on point, my diet's been on point, and my mindset's on point. So this opportunity has arisen, and I'm just taking it with full force. And she wouldn't want to be against an opponent who doesn't believe that she can do it, and I think I can create history and go out there and bring everything and make it a really challenging fight and bring those belts back home to Australia.
You do not have the pro experience that Claressa has, but you are a longtime amateur, 15 years in the Australian boxing program. How can you use that to your advantage?
I think that's helped because although this will be the biggest stage that I've fought on, I think going in the amateurs, you go to the World Championships and the Commonwealth Games and stuff like that, you go through all the nerves and the traveling, and so I'm very much used to being up there and having to talk to media and do that kind of stuff. So I feel like I'm probably in a better position than some of her other opponents have been to. It's not new to me. Also that I've been around a lot of international high-level successful athletes that have transitioned through to the pros. So they're names that I recognize and appreciate how amazing that they've had in their pro career, but I've also seen them as kind of just humans and athletes that I've trained alongside as well. So it kind of normalizes things rather than putting them up on a pedestal so much. And that helps me mentally anyway.
You became the unified champion in your last fight. What do you think you showed people in that fight?
I think I had a fair bit of tenacity in the ring and just I don't give up. I won't give up. So I know I'm going to be in for a battle, and but I'm ready for it. And I think she's been underestimating me a little bit, but we'll see. I'm ready for everything that she comes at me with.
Why do you think she's been underestimating you?
I think it's easy too. I feel like the whole world has underestimated me, mostly because they just see that pro record of only being 7 fights there. But we'll just see on Saturday night. I think it's going to be a really exciting fight for everyone to watch.
I'm not underestimating you at all. That's what I think. Now you're underestimating me thinking that.
Okay.
I have been in the gym training 3-4 times a day. I've been dieting. Usually I do a 6-week camp. I did 12 for you. 12. Not because of the weight. I've been made weight last week. That was simple. Me making the weight, no, I trained for you. I watched you. I know we're good in the amateurs. I know you are more experienced. The girls in the amateurs, majority of them may box better than the girls in the pro. So I don't take your record of being 5-1-1 as a joke. I sparred so many rounds and we watched so much film. I didn't underestimate you, but I want you to understand that when God gives me an opportunity to perform on a big stage in Atlanta, it's not really nothing against you. I just have to perform at a very high level to destroy you. And I know that you worked hard, you strong, you're big. I'm talking about, I know. So I look forward to us fighting on Saturday, but I didn't underestimate you. I didn't. I still trained. I watched the film. I dieted more than usual. And listen, I'm prepared.
Well, that's good. I want the best version of you,
Yeah.
so.
Let's go.
Well, Claressa, let me ask you about the decision to drop down 260 pounds. You are the reigning undisputed champion in the heavyweight division. You could have gone to any weight class to fight. Why was this the right division and the right fight for you?
Well, I can't go to any weight class. I have to just go to 160. That's the lowest I can go at this time in my life. I would say that I was at heavyweight. Well, first of all, I want to say something. I was undisputed twice at middleweight. It became extremely hard for me to get opponents at middleweight after I destroyed Savannah Marshall. After I beat her, these girls want $500, $700, $1 million to fight against me. And it was like, bro, I'm barely making that. How the hell are we going to pay you that? So it was just like, when I went to heavyweight, where I know for a fact the girls are more dangerous, stronger, bigger, I put myself at a disadvantage just for history. I didn't ever want to go to heavyweight, but after sitting out the ring for a year trying to make negotiations with Natasha Jonas to fight, trying to figure out which girls we can get to come up to 160 and fight, or which girls will come down and fight. It was just like up at middleweight, nobody wanted to fight, and I wanted to get back in the ring, so I went to heavyweight, and it had this stack of girls there just waiting to whip my ass. We had Lonnie Daniels, Danielle Perkins, Jonas, all these girls that, French John came up, but these girls were like, yes, we will fight you. Yes, we will fight you. Yes, we'll take the money that you're offering. Is the most money that they ever made. And they built themselves up. I mean, like Danielle Perkins is an actual world champion now, and she's making a lot of money. She's getting a lot of viewership. She's fighting on Zeus this Saturday. So for me, it was like, where do I go to get fights? And heavyweight was it. Now that I've conquered the heavyweight division and I was undisputed there, and I'm going to say this again, Ring Magazine, send me my belt. Send me my belt, Ring Magazine. Seriously. You give a belt to the person when it's 1 and number 2 fight against each other. I steamrolled through the heavyweight division, became undisputed champion, and now coming down to 160, it really wasn't like, I know I could do it, but I told my team, I'm not going down there for bragging rights. If there's no belts, I'm not coming. So when they reached out to Kaye Scott, she said, no, I'm not fighting her. I just won my belts. We would have just had to fight at heavyweight still. But when Kaye Scott said yes, I was like, what? So I really got to make the 160 weight now? Again? I was just like, oh my God, I can't stand this lady. I wish she just would have said no. But she said yes, so that's why I'm here.
So how do you feel at 160? You just said you had a 12-week camp. Haven't been at 160 for a while. How do you feel at this weight now?
I feel like I'm 18 again, man. I feel young. I feel strong. I feel really, really lean. And I like having my weight on me. Like when I 180, 185, you can't grab and just toss me anywhere. Right now, I feel like I can be tossed a little bit, which kind of makes me be a little angry. Like, don't touch me so much and don't grab me because I feel like I'm so skinny. But I'm strong. It was a great camp. Maricela Cornejo came down and punched me up some, and so I know I can take punches from. I can take punches at 160. That's what I was questioning. I was questioning my stamina down the line of the rounds. I know I can be strong to 5, 6, but I was questioning how I would be 7, 8, 9, and 10 if I had to go that many rounds. And up in sparring showed me that I am prepared for a 12-round, 14-round fight up at 160. So it feels good. I'm just skinnier, but I still got a lot of power. I got the skills. I did strength and conditioning 4 times a week because I seen Kaye Scott on her page with those Drago muscles and stuff. I said, yep, we gonna up the strength and conditioning. And I think I seen her lifting some weights. I said, yep, we gonna lift some more weights. because even though I'm coming down 30 some pounds, it was more for me like I want to make sure that I keep my strength that I had at heavyweight, and I was able to keep it. So I think that Kaye Scott is in for a big night.
You have accomplished everything you could possibly accomplish from 154 on up. What motivates you at this stage of your career?
Really, what motivates me is to just keep making history. To be the first woman to headline here at State Farm Arena in Atlanta, it's insane. What? Oh my God. Listen, when I turned pro, I just was like, where you at? Andre, raise your hand. D-Rail. My uncle here, right? And he won a bronze medal from Flint, Michigan. And he's been like an idol of mine since I was a kid, right? And when I turned pro, we prayed and stuff. And you know, he told me, and I want people to understand this story. He told me this out of love and care and him being as honest as he could be to me. He said, Claressa, so you turning pro, what's your goals? I said, I want to make $1 million and I want to fight on TV. He said, Claressa, look at me. He looked me dead in my face. He said, you're never going to make $1 million in boxing and they're never going to put you on TV. Swear to God. But he said it because it never was done before. He like Layla Ali wasn't able to get put on TV, and he fought on one of Layla Ali undercards when he was coming up. He was like, they don't respect women. And he been knowing me since I was 12 years old, 11. He like, yo, they don't respect women. I know that these are your aspirations and you got 2 Olympic gold medals, but he was like, it's not going to happen. So when I turned pro, after he said it to me, I had said it to him, I said, Unc, I'm telling you, I'm the one who's gonna do it. I'm telling you, Unc. And he was like, all right, I'm with you through whatever. He was in my corner my first pro fight. He's in my corner this Saturday. Like, and he's so amazed. He like, yo, your 4th fight, I'm fighting on TV, the main event at Showtime, fighting for a world title. Nobody believed it. They like, yo, she's really fighting on TV. We really fighting on TV. And then as we continue to go, my first fight for $1 million was against Savannah Marshall. He still be like, I can't believe it. He told me to retire 3 years ago. He said, retire. You done everything. Retire. He said, you're done. He said, you beat everybody. You went across the country. You won belts. You made $1 million. Everything you wanted to do, you did it. He said, retire. I said, Unc, I'm not retiring. He said, why? I said, I got some more money on the table. I got some more money. And then, of course, I met love of my life, Pat Poose. And then Pat Poose, he introduced me to Win Records. And then I got an $8 million deal. I said, yeah, it's more money to get out here. So like with that, it's like when I watch my career, I'm like, yo, some of the stuff that's happening, I know y'all be shocked, but I be in the back room like, this is some crazy shit. This is crazy. So that's what motivates me to just keep breaking barriers and keep making it possible for the girls that come after me. Like we got Caroline Dubois who's coming up. She's younger. Tammy Tebow just won some belts. She's younger. These girls will be able to headline at these type of stadiums, you know, one day and be able to do stuff that they said that we couldn't do. That's what motivates me right now.
So they'll all be watching you on Saturday. And you said you trained 12 weeks, but you were training for the best of Kaye Scott, and you were training to destroy Kaye Scott. How do you see this fight playing out?
You want me to tell her why she's right here?
Sure.
God. Jesus. I will tell you what. Pap said no. Listen. I'm looking at Kaye Scott muscles. I'm looking at her. I'm like, man, this girl is like huge, right? I really cannot wait to see what she do when I land this right hand. And it's not even that. It's not that she's weak or that she's strong, but I'm strong than an MF right now. I'm talking about I can push a truck. I can lift her, Mark, and Dimitri up at one time right now. I'm talking about the whole table. I can lift it up. I know Kaye Scott is tough. I know she's strong. I know that she believes in herself, which I love that you, believe in yourself, because that's what you need to. The moment you think I can beat you, I got you. So I ain't got you yet. But inside the ring, when one of them shots catch her, she gonna say, oh, this bitch got me. That's what I'm waiting for. So I'm not gonna predict the round, but I just know it's gonna be a moment in the ring, and she gonna say, "I'm not supposed to be in here."
All right, Saturday night, 8:30 Eastern, State Farm Arena here in Atlanta, Georgia. The return and debut of the GWOAT here in Atlanta. Tickets available over at Ticketmaster.com. And, of course, you can watch live and exclusively worldwide on DAZN. We're going to face these two women off. We'll be back here tomorrow for the weigh-in and back at State Farm on Saturday night.
Oh, wait, girl. I've been waiting to face off with you again.